This Wingfoil tutorial explains how to backwind in detail. Backwinding is where the wind pushes more on the top side of the canopy than on the normal underside of the canopy. Let's walk through a jibe into backwind first. Build up some speed, then initiate a jibe. Pull firmly with the backhand so the wing pulls you into the jibe and helps maintain your speed. As you turn further downwind, the apparent wind will start to disappear. When the wing begins to feel loose, that's when you're free to move it to backwinded position. You're aiming to get the wing all the way around to the back of the board. The front hand moves back towards the tail significantly. The backhand also moves towards the tail, then reaches behind the rider's back towards the hillside of the board. It can help to tap the wing on the water. You don't have to do this, but that will help drag the wing towards the tail of the board. If you do this correctly, the wing should move to the back of the board during the jibe. If you have the wing in the correct position, you can then use the back arm to control the wing's power when the apparent wind returns. Pushing the back arm forwards against the wind will power it up. Relaxing the back arm will depower. You can then use the wing's force to manage your speed and also to help you balance your toe side lean. Let's look at that riding right foot forwards. Getting the hand wing into backwinded position is a challenge. This view clearly shows the wing control during a jibe to backwinded. The front hand moves back towards the tail significantly, even moving rearwards of the sternum or centre of the rider. The backhand also moves towards the tail, then reaches behind the rider's back towards the hillside of the board. Getting the wing around this far is essential, as we'll see now. If you bring the wing around partially, then the chord of the wing will be approximately parallel to the board. Then when the apparent wind returns after the jibe, the force on the wing will act across the board. This may launch you sideways off the hillside of the board. When you get the wing around further, this problem goes away. The wing's chord will lie across the tail of the board, and the force on it will keep you moving forwards rather than kicking you off the side of the board. Getting the wing here is also essential for angle of attack control. It's only with the wing shifted so far back that your backhand is free to move downwind to depower or move upwind to power. If your front hand was a little nearer the nose of the board, you would no longer be able to depower. Even if you try moving the back arm downwind to depower, the wing will just hit into your body. To improve your chances of getting the wing around far enough, you can also shift your hand placement nearer to the leading edge. This will naturally bring the wing further around. The wing works much more efficiently if you keep the leading edge upright. However, with larger wings you may have issues with the wing hitting the board or water. In that case, you can simply turn the leading edge to be more horizontal. To do this, as you move the wing back, lower the front hand and raise the back hand. Bear in mind that if you're foiling slower than the true wind, then in the middle of the jibe there will still be significant apparent wind. That could prevent you from moving the wing freely to the back of the board. You need to be heading downwind at pretty much the speed of the wind. Then the wind will seem to disappear and you are free to reposition the wing for backwinded riding. It takes a while to develop this wing control, so here are some training steps to help you practice with less chance of getting beaten up by your wing. It can help to learn some lay-down jibes, often misnomered racing jibes. These are good because you briefly get backwinded, then quickly punch up the front hand to depower the wing. Next, I would recommend some wing control on land. Turn your feet into a mock toeside stance, then bring your front fist just upwind of your chest. You can then practice controlling the wing's power with the back arm. Relax the back arm to depower. Push the back arm into the wind to power up. Then you can move on to your first backwind while foiling. For your first foiling backwind attempts, if you jibe around too soon, then the sudden return of the apparent wind is likely to kick you off of the board. We can use riding direction to manage this issue. So, if you're new to backwinding, you can use a downwind course to reduce apparent wind. By holding a downwind course, you'll get much less apparent wind while backwinded. This gives you a chance to practice backwinding with less risk. From there, you can gradually jibe around a little further. The more you turn around towards crosswind, the more apparent wind you'll need to deal with. Once you learn to control the wing correctly, you will be able to ride crosswind and even upwind. Of course, the true wind speed is also a factor. It's safer to first practice in light wind, of course. The way you exit a backwind largely depends on the stage you're at. During full downwind runs, there shouldn't be much force on the wing, so you can still simply raise your front hand overhead. If you lift your front hand enough so that the leading edge is overhead, then the wing can flag out. After that, you should start trying to jibe out. Simply turn back towards your original riding direction. When you turn enough, the wind will start to catch the underside of the wing like normal and whip it around to the front of the board. Once you can backwind properly, however, and hold an upwind course, then it becomes easiest to tack out of the maneuver. Depower the wing a bit and you'll be able to carve upwind more. Then punch out the front hand towards the tail of the board. The wing will then help pull you around the tack. Let's look at some variations. If you keep the backwind run short and then tack out, then you can turn this into a 360. Or with enough backwinding skill, you can even move the wing directly into backwind from toeside stance. Although this is a quick way to get backwinded, the board control is quite subtle. You must first level the board, removing any roll. This is so the board doesn't drop to the side as you're busy moving the wing to the back of the board and swapping hands. But then before you get any power from the wing at all, you have to quickly regain some toeside roll. This is because you'll need a slight toeside roll to balance the force from the wing. Thanks for watching and good luck learning to backwind. Check the links below for more information.